underneath the boat. We're changing the anodes now. I bought new ones. Actually, let me explain to you how anodes work, why you have them. So our propellers are made from aluminium. It's a metal, right? And in salt water, pretty much every metal has some level of corrosion that is going on. And with connecting anodes to your propellers, you have a piece of sacrificial metal that will corrode before the salt water actually attacks your propellers, because obviously you wanna save them from that, right? And you've seen the old anode now. It has seen better days, but that also shows that it worked, right? This is a new one, and we're just changing them now. They have bolts in them, and then it's two pieces that you connect around your propeller shaft, and then your propeller is good to go for the next 9 to 12 months, I would say. It clearly depends on where on the planet you are, and what the climate is, how the salt content in the water is, if you're in a harbor or if you're anchored out, because in a harbor you obviously have a lot more currents running through the water. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now, and I will show you how to do it so that you can actually do it on your boat yourself as well. First thing we gotta do is removing the old zings, or better, what's left of them. Next up, just putting both halves of the new anodes in place. Make sure everything sits right and tighten the screws to secure everything in place. Et voila! You change your anodes. It's pretty easy when you're not in the water. Hello everybody. Well, I'll try to repair our captain's chair now, because half of the backrest is loose or broke off. So first of all, I have to take away this storage unit here. Luckily it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 nuts that I have to loosen, and then I can just take this one off, and then I can reach underneath here. So that's the first thing that I'm gonna do. Because if you can repair it, there is no need to buy it new. And in general, I feel that this is a little bit of the trend these days, that people always tend to buy things new. And I mean, especially when it comes to boat stuff, then it gets really expensive really fast, and no need for us to buy a new captain's chair, because this one is still fine. I just want to fix the backrest, and there goes the first nut and the washer. The washers I will definitely replace, because this one still looks fine, but the one here on the bottom seems like someone didn't buy marine grade here, because this washer looks a lot worse. So yeah, I'll replace these. Okay, and now I should be able to get it off. Let's see. And there it comes loose. Let's see. What do we have here? What is the issue? I think it's just the screws. We have in total 8 screws that hold each side of the captain's chair. Should be an easy fix. I'll just try to, I'll just try to screw them back in. Let's see if that works. Here it is, all beautiful. Ignore the bird poop, please. It's Yeah, it's good again. Good. Just one quick thing that I wanted to show you guys. What happens with a Liveabord by the end of its lifespan. First of all, it's no longer red. It's practically white now. Yeah, but also what the sun does to rope. I think it's PU rope as far as Hans said. And you see here, I mean, this is what happens to rope after it had enough UV light in its life. Yeah, this is not carrying anything anymore. This is done, this rope. Crazy. As you know, my plan was to build a closet for Lisa out of MRMDF. After some initial euphoria, I quickly realized that it wasn't really suitable for this purpose, to say the least. Compared to wood, it's quite heavy, incredibly sharp-edged, and just absolutely to work with. I actually managed to put both closet parts together, but in the end it didn't really look nice. Holger then told me that there was no way I was gonna, quote, put this shit on my boat, and then showed me what we're gonna do as an alternative. Holger is a master carpenter and is helping me to build a really nice wardrobe for Lisa out of spruce wood. I'm incredibly grateful that he is helping me, and one thing is for sure, I'm learning a lot. In the next video you will see the finished cabinet. I hope that you'll see the finished cabinet. A well-meant piece of advice to anyone in a similar situation: just keep your hands off MRMDF. If something is too good to be true, then it usually is. And there it is drying. I hope you can understand me. It's a little windy today. Not that anyone would complain, but here you have it. This is vermilion green. I mean, it's obviously not perfect, but definitely good enough. And then here on our first strip, for example, we have 1 mark, and then we have the first 5 meters. Then we have 1 and 2 marks. There we have 3. There we have 4, and there we have 5. So yeah, now we let it dry. It shouldn't take too long. And then our anchor chain is marked. I'm done for today, and I thought I'd give you my 2 cents on the project. So you know, everything you do on a boat is like 10 times more difficult than it should be, and that can sometimes be quite frustrating, but it's never bad frustration. I don't know if it makes sense, but maybe you know that, because you know that feeling. You work on something that you're willing to do so much for because you believe in that project and you love that project already, that the struggling is just part of the process, and it's completely fine. And that's what I feel, right? By the end of the day, I am still grateful, and I learn new stuff every single day. Team of Hans, of Aeolus, they're amazing. I mean, they keep working day and night also. Not day and night, but day after day after day. And are also always there for me when I have a question. So that's amazing. It's a learning process, and I think Lisa and I, we're willing to do so much for this thing to be a beautiful home for us, and to give us the platform to actually experience new places, but also experience an entirely new way of living. Yeah, and it's a beautiful project, and it's exhausting, but again, it's never bad. Even the frustrating moments are still nice because you know what you're doing it for. And yeah, I'm done now. I'm ready for food, shower, and bed, pretty much. But that was just my 2 cents I wanted to give you guys. Maybe it's interesting for you to also somehow or sometimes hear what's going on inside of our heads. And again, I can only speak for myself, but I assume that it's the same for Lisa. So yeah, so much for that.